Hi guys, Robert Jenrick, the former Immigration Minister who was on the cards to lose his seat at the election, instead held on. Which of course means he's in a position to be a future leader of the Conservative Party. Now he was on the Laura Kuenssberg show where he was explaining why the party lost, and there'd be no prize for what excuse he gave. Now he and Suella Braverman are singing from the same hymn sheet because they think the Conservatives need to focus more on immigration to win back Reform UK voters. Have a listen to this.
Well, I don't think it's about any one individual. We're all responsible for what happened. In politics, you win or you lose as a team. But what we've got to learn is why did we not deliver on those central promises? Above all, immigration, but not exclusively immigration. And I think it was a number of things. We didn't have a good enough diagnosis of just how broken some of our public services were, and we didn't have the willingness to take the tough decisions that were necessary to deliver for the British public. When we said, for example, on immigration, that we would do whatever it takes, we didn't do whatever it takes. And it's only by showing the public that going forwards the Conservative Party understands that we didn't do what was necessary on those crucial issues, and making clear that if we're ever fortunate enough to be in politics, in government again, we will do that I think we can begin to earn the public's trust back again. And of those things, it is crucial that we understand that migration was at the heart of it. 2/3 of the constituencies that sadly we lost on the general election, the majorities, the margin of defeat was less than the Reform vote. And that's the case in the North, the South, in Scotland, Wales, everywhere, including, for example, in seats that we lost to the Liberal Democrats. And so on that issue, not exclusively, but above all that issue, we've got to ensure the Conservative Party takes a fundamentally different approach.
And you said
He's obsessed with immigration. And he thinks the country is obsessed with immigration. He didn't mention anything about the NHS here, didn't mention anything about the cost of living crisis. No, immigration. Now he also mentioned that he doesn't know, or that the party didn't know how broken public services were. You broke them. Your party introduced austerity. Your party introduced the cuts to public service as a result of Brexit. Your party crashed the economy with Liz Truss. How did you not know how underfunded public services were? You underfunded them. The NHS, public service, schools, all of these public services that were underfunded, they were your responsibility. How the hell did you not know how broken they were? And then he also mentioned how the Tories were unwilling to take tough decisions. What the hell was that about? What decisions? To cut public services even more? To make it more difficult for doctors and nurses to remain in the NHS? To make it more difficult for the care sector to get workers in? Are these the decisions you're talking about? Now, when he talked about reform, he tried to sell this narrative that, well, people voted for reform principally on immigration. To a certain extent, that's true. But a lot of the vote for reform was a protest vote, I believe. It was about giving the Tories a bloody nose. People were tired of 14 years of Tory rule. They were looking around and seeing public services on their knees. They were not happy with the Labour Party. They didn't believe that Labour would fix things. They believed Nigel Farage would. Now, if you look at Farage's manifesto, Reform UK's manifesto, it's mainly about immigration, but they also talk about bringing down the NHS waiting list. There was a policy about reducing tax for people earning up to £20,000 a year, stuff like that. So these were policies that were winning people over. It was mainly about immigration, yes, but it wasn't just about immigration. And if you focus only on immigration, and there's a political party called Reform who are saying that they will end immigration completely, well, the people who are concerned about immigration will vote for the Reform Party. They're not going to vote for you. When you were in power for 14 years, you didn't bring down immigration, it went up. So why would anyone vote for you if their concern is immigration? You have nothing. Now, this is about him putting himself in a position where he can be the next leader. That's what he wants. This is about him. It's nothing about fixing things. It's not even about the party. It's about him. And he's going to compete with Suella Braverman. He's going to compete with Kemi Badenoch. And it's going to be, as I predicted, a shift to the right. We need to go further to the right because we need to chase the Reform UK vote. And in a sense, if they do that, they're going to keep themselves in opposition, which is probably a good thing. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot.